Please don't scroll. I need your help. TikTok, I know you guys can do your thing. I've seen it done over and over. As you can tell, I'm suffering from severe heat exhaustion at this present moment in time. I have made a GoFundMe, and if you cannot donate even a couple dollars, please share it out. I never imagined that I'll be even doing a GoFundMe or making this sort of video, but if you know me, you know that I am someone who tries very hard to handle things on my own. Asking for help was not easy for me, and I have spent a long time trying to find another solution before putting out this video or making a GoFundMe. Fortunately, I've reached a point where I simply don't know what else to do. I live in Arizona, where the summer temperatures can be dangerous very quickly, and right now my home is reaching temperatures in 90 degrees indoors, and next week's forecast is approaching 100 degrees outside, or 96. And my house, today was 90 and my house was 90. I'm terrified of facing another summer without reliable air conditioning. A few years ago, when I purchased my home, I was told the air conditioning worked. I didn't live here at the time when I purchased it. I was in California. The system worked briefly and then failed because it was an older system. The repair costs were far beyond what I could afford at the time, so I went without proper cooling for a couple years. Just the kind that kind of vent through the windows is what I've been dealing with because of the way that my windows are. Last year, my mother helped me by paying over $2,500 to repair the system. Shortly after the work was completed, my son began complaining about headaches and a strong chemical smell in the room that he was staying in. Concerned, I contacted the HVAC company and asked if there could be a leak, and I did make a video about this last year. I was assured that everything was fine and was told that there was likely nothing to worry about. Over the following months, I experienced frequent headaches, fatigue, and symptoms that I couldn't explain. Then my rabbit, Sage, suddenly became ill and passed away within a couple hours. As I held him, my nose was gushing blood. I didn't put two and two together at the time. I honestly feel like I lost brain cells. A week later, my cat Panda collapsed. Both of them. Panda didn't get along with other cats, so her and the rabbit would hang out together. I rushed her to the vet on a Saturday, and she had severe anemia. The vet didn't think she was going to survive, and this was within hours. The vet was able to save her at that present time, but she recently passed in March. I don't know why. I can only think due to complications. I walked in and held her long enough for her to pass away in my arms. After that experience, I remembered the earlier concerns about the smell and the headaches, and I stopped using the system entirely. I taped it up, and I haven't had any problems since. And since then, I've relied on portable air conditioner that I financed myself. I paid $500 for it. It was supposed to cover a certain amount of area. It just is not doing the job. It helps when the temperature stays relatively mild, but we're in the 80s. But once the temperature climbs outside, my house reaches 89 to 90 degrees. It's become increasingly difficult to function, work, or safely care for my animals in these conditions. Although they do have an air conditioner in their room, and that's where I kind of keep them during the day to keep them cool. I've spoken with someone about installing a mini split system that would provide safe, reliable cooling for my home. The estimated cost is around $2,800. This is currently the most practical solution because I do not trust the system at all, and it would cost probably way more to even fix it. In addition to cooling issues, I have been dealing with veterinary expenses, rising costs of living, and financial setbacks, as many of you guys have yourself. I've been struggling to catch up, and I continue to work, create content, and help others, and do everything I can to stay afloat. But right now, I simply cannot solve this problem alone. One of the hardest parts of this situation is the heat is now affecting my ability to work, to go live, to bring in income. Many of you know me through my readings, investigations, creation content, and the work that I do helping others. I've been doing it for 14 years almost. My work requires focus, energy, concentration, and long hours at the computer. When temperatures inside my house are in the 90s, I struggle with headaches, fatigue, exhaustion, and heat sickness. Difficult to function, let alone work at the level I need to. It's even cooler outside than it is in here right now. It's 88 degrees. This has created a cycle that's been very difficult for me to break. I need income to solve the cooling problem, but the heat itself is making it harder and harder for me to work enough to generate that income. I'm not asking for help because I don't want to work. Anyone who knows me knows I work constantly and do everything I can to solve problems myself. I'm asking because I've reached the point where I cannot fix this alone. In Arizona, summer temperatures are rising quickly. My goal is simply to restore a safe environment where I can live, care for my animals, and continue doing the work that supports me and helps others. I began gathering records and documentation and consulting with an attorney regarding the HVAC situation. That process is going to take time, and even if I'm ultimately successful, it does not solve the immediate need for safe cooling during the Arizona summer. And I'm stressed out because next week is supposed to be very hot, and I haven't even survived 2 days of this. If you're able to contribute, again, no matter how small the amount, I would be deeply grateful if you could share out this video, repost it, put it to your favorites, whatever you can do. That will help me as well. If you cannot donate, do not worry, but please share. I mean, if everybody contributed $5, we would be able to do this. I see many things get supported, but I struggle to receive support. I also offer a lot of different things on my link tree. There's a circle that's coming up on the 20th that I've got 3 people signed up for. Like, as long as I'm able to work, I don't mind offering things. You guys can check out all of my offerings on my PayHip. There's, schedules and everything. If you just don't feel right just donating, there is merch and everything that you can buy. So please, I hope that you've stayed here this long and that you consider at least sharing or reposting or helping this video get somewhere, because my videos just don't anymore. And I am at the point where I need a miracle to survive. So I don't think people understand really how dangerous this is right now for me. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So thank you. And if you are able to help even just a little bit, bless you. And I hope it comes back tenfold. And if you can just share, if you do just share, thank you. I appreciate you. If I don't make it through this, know that I love you guys. That's all I can say.